Boom! What is up, Earthlings? Alright, I finished First Kings and Second Kings. First Kings, David dies. He puts Saul in charge. Saul was David's son, but his mom was the girl that David killed her husband. Okay? You know, in the front line, he sent him in the front lines, got him killed so he could steal his wife. So that was her. But this is her son and David's son together. So David, like, when he died, he put Saul in charge, you know. And Saul, he prayed to the Lord that, you know, he wanted to be smart. And he was fucking smart. I mean, people came from all around the world and just to hear him, you know. They would try to stump him with questions. He would, like, acknowledge him, you know. And he pretty much, you know, made Israel and Jerusalem just so rich, you know. He remade the temple, he remade walls, he remade buildings, he remade everything gold. And it was like, and he even took a bargain, you know, that he would get this cedar from this place that used to be enemies with David, but he was good to, he said, all right, you know, I'm going to be good with you. I mean, he didn't have tons and tons of knowledge, you know. And then he took the Pharaoh's wife, or Pharaoh's daughter, as his wife, first wife. But then, like any person, you know, Saul with all his knowledge, right? And everybody knew he followed the Lord. Like, hey, you know, you follow the Lord, I respect that. But then he pretty much got wives from every parts of the world, okay? And he started worshiping other gods, and you know, that didn't make the Lord happy, you know. And then after that, you know, it was downfall of Israel and Jerusalem and all that. You know, there's kings and they worship other gods and they came back to the Lord. Some kings came back to the Lord, some kings didn't, you know, just over and over and over, just one big clusterfuck again. But there was a lot of prophets, okay? Like some of the prophets, like, hey, you know, do this, king. You're gonna win this war. And then some prophets, like, I'm from the Lord. You're not gonna win this war. I'm gonna tell you the truth, you know. And there was this one prophet, Elijah. Okay, now that Elijah, he did a lot of miracles. Like he brought back from the dead people. He was really into the Lord, right? You know, he saw the Lord's miracles, he did the Lord's work, but then he like would get scared and he would run. And it was weird because, you know, he saw the Lord just like slaughter like people and mass armies, and then he was like, oh, I'm gonna run from here, I'm gonna run from there. And it was weird. He's like up and down, you know. I know if I would have saw the Lord like slaughter, I'd be like, you ain't mess with me, you ain't nobody gonna touch me, you know. But, you know, eventually, you know, he did die. And then there was this king, Josiah. He was a young king, but he found these books talking about the Lord, talking like, hey, you ain't gonna worship more idols. So he took all these idols, you know, that were in Jerusalem and Israel. He just like destroyed them. He's like, we're worshiping one God, and that's it, you know. So that was pretty much the ends of First Kings, Second Kings. So that's my opinion on it. Take it or leave it. Boom.